It's Triple Crown, Saturday, October 18th, 2025. It's time for day 2 of Chantilly. Day 1, massive success. Hoping for more of the same here on day 2. Saturday is always a big day for any kind of show. Let's get into it. I typically don't put things back out after I buy them at a show. I like to usually take them home with me, but I am making an exception in this case for 2 cards. The Sam Laporta Downtown and this Jordan Love auto that you're about to see. I purchased both of these on Friday. I'm putting them back out on Saturday. Why I normally don't do this is because, well, usually it's just one day of a show, but I still have 2 full days here. I have a lot of overhead into this trip, and I want to make sure that I am putting the best cards I have with me out in my showcase. There's no reason to let these sit around, really. I want to get them back out there, and who knows, maybe I will sell them at some point today. I feel like I have them priced pretty fairly where someone will want to jump on the numbers I have them at. I guess we'll find out.
I'll start here and see what we can do.
Okay. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What do you got this
That's the
price
only
off
one I
of?
need. I needed that.
Is there any directs? I didn't see any.
No. It's a tough grade, so basically I took the raw, multiplied it by 3.
You did 3x raw?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it a little heavy, so if I did 2x, I'd be a little cooked on it, so I think I'll start it at 3, and when I'm ready to wave the white flag, I'll do it at 2.
Any directs on this one?
I don't think so.
450 for the trio?
I can do that. I would do 3, 1, 150.
I think we're going to be far on that one.
That's alright. They have 3 and 1 on those.
I was at 280.80. Raws are doing like 40 to 50. I figured double that's probably worth around 100. Offer like a little bit less than that.
Yeah, I would have to be 3 and 100. That's the best I can do.
You use maybe 290 here?
3 is going to be the best. Yeah.
No, I can't. Last sale 310, 300, 310. I feel like 290 is pretty fair. You can't get there?
I could. Yeah, I got to pay strong to get them. So
So, I appreciate you, man.
yeah, no worries.
If anything, I'll check back in with you in a little bit if you
Yeah, for sure.
Throwing you offers. That chipper and that Ichiro for 30.
That works fine. Good.
I don't offer $15 on a $20 card. I try not. If it's stickered well, I don't.
But usually that's what I'm paying for them too. So that's
exactly.
That's always a tough.
300 on the Laporta.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take 3 fluctuates.
All right.
I might come back and other stuff.
Yeah, of course.
That's cliche. That's probably the best one in there.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's 370 effectively line.
30, 43. Yep. Okay, I didn't want to say anything at first about the downtowns because I was waiting to show you this clip, but yes, I did sell the Laporta a little bit later on. The first guy, I think his offer was fair. He wanted the 2 case hits, the Fields Peacock and the Kelsey, a little bit lower than I was willing to go on them. I had a multiplier that was a bit higher than what people would consider the standard from raw to a 10. The reason I went with that multiplier is just because I looked at what the multiplier was on similar cards. So I looked at other clearly Donruss night moves in the set, and the general trend seemed to be triple raw price. Now, a lot of those were rookies. I don't know how that kind of interplays with this being a vet card. Whatever the case was, time would tell if I was right or wrong on that, because if someone bought it, then hey, I would have been right. And if nobody buys it, well, then I guess I was wrong on it. But yeah, I held firm on the Laporta. Those types of cards, the downtowns and the kabooms, I just know that I need to stay where I need to stay on them. Even if it might say, oh, it's only $10 here or there. Sometimes the margin is pretty slim on those. And I knew that having it at 310, I could get 300 for it. I literally just put it out. So all I needed was a little bit of patience. And maybe 15 minutes later, I had this deal done and had it sold. The guy did come back. He asked if I still had it. He would do 300. I had to give him the bad news. So It ended up working out well for me in the end.
What was it that you're looking to trade for?
I was seeing if you were interested in this for the Roman straight up. Case of Mankind, they go for like 120-ish.
Which Roman was it?
The 110 auto.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do that?
Yeah. 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, good. No worries.
A 7-year-old said he's looking for a Roman autograph, so
He's got one now.
I'd flip for him.
Cool.
Appreciate it, bud.
I've gotten pretty good at juggling multiple customers at once, especially at these larger shows. I get a lot of practice doing this anytime there's a multi-day show. And I've learned to, number one, acknowledge all the customers that come up and make sure that I know, like, hey, I see you there, I'm working on something, but if you need something, just let me know. And then number two, being able to prioritize different things. If a customer wants me to look through a whole Zion case worth of cards, obviously I can't do that in the middle of working another deal. But if they just have one quick question, such as a trade offer that they want to throw out really quickly, or they just have one card for sale, or they're looking to offer on one of my cards, that I can handle. That way it doesn't hold them up, because I've been on the other side of the table when a dealer seems to be swamped and all you have is one quick question and you're just standing there waiting and waiting and waiting. I try to keep traffic flowing through the table fairly quickly. So he had that quick trade offer. I took one look at it. I said, you know what, that's probably pretty fair. We shook hands and I was able to get him his deal right away.
I'd be at 190 for all 4. Just do 2? Yeah. So I figured you'd say that. So easy enough.
Do you have any room on the couch floor?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. Slow, super go.
I don't want to negotiate against myself, but feel free to make an offer.
You're gonna do like could you do like 135?
Let's do 130. Make it even number.
All right, 130.
Yeah. I guess I did kind of end up negotiating against myself in the end, but that's fine. Yeah.
Is that bow number?
Yeah, but it's creased on the back.
What's the number 2?
15. I wasn't told it was creased, so I'm trying to make sure that the cycle ends with me.
No specific instructions.
Yeah, I'm not one of those 9 is less than log.
No, I agree. I'm right there.
I'm in the same boat as you on that. So.
I know they're super tough breaks up. Even just the regular cactus jack. I have 14 of the Travis Scott rolls. Not a single one is clean. Not a single one. It's hard.
It's disastrous.
Yeah, it's hard. 175.
Yeah.
That'll
at least.
Another show where wrestling does really well for me, and it's one of those things where I might only have 3 or 4 people even look or ask about my wrestling cards at any given show. They're definitely not going to draw as much attention as the major sports that I carry. But usually I find that a lot of the people buying them are more collector oriented. There's not usually repackers going around buying the wrestling stuff. It's people who actually want the cards in their collection. So I keep that in mind. I try to buy things that are at a affordable price point. So really I would say $500 and below. Ideally anywhere from $50 to $250 on that type of stuff. And oftentimes I find that there are shows where the wrestling will carry the way for me, especially when my football selection runs thin. And the nice part about it is a heck of a lot easier to acquire at my desired margin than it is a lot of the ultra-modern football stuff, just because the space isn't nearly as competitive. Okay, so the buys were not really walking up to the table at this point. I was able to pick up a few cool things that people brought to me, but I had sold so much and there wasn't a ton of traffic at my table at this point that I thought, you know what, it is about time to go explore. So I had my friend watch my table and I decided to just take a quick lap around. Well, I stumbled upon this booth that had a ton of stuff. And in this far corner showcase, there were some cool trouts, but the one sticking out here is this first year Independence Day. Awesome parallel. One of my favorite parallels of all time. I would put it second in my Topps parallel run next to the Hope Diamonds from 2011. just absolutely beautiful. I wish that they kind of kept this theme in future years. I kind of got lazy with the Independence Days as years went on, but the 18s are chef's kiss. They are the best. And I know that these cards are pretty popular. I know that these are the types of cards that you don't always get for 80% of the last sale. So I'm willing to pay up a reasonable amount to get this Trout card because I have a feeling that this is one that I will regret passing on later on. And I think eventually I will be able to get my desired margin on it. And if not, I'll just keep it because it's Trout, it's an Independence Day, and the card is pretty freaking awesome. So why not? Let me go ahead and give it a shot.
What were you asking on your Trout Indy down here?
Which one now?
This one here?
That one, 450.
450, okay. Any chance you do 350 on it?
What's that? Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
I'm honestly shocked that he said yes. When he was at 450, I thought for sure when I came in at 350, he was going to come back at 4, and I was going to say thanks, but no thanks. Shockingly, it worked out. It just shows that things were going my way today. Normally, I wouldn't even make that offer, but I said to myself, you know what? I think in my head it's a fair offer. I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there, and if he says no, he says no. That's fine. And what do you know? It actually ended up working out. I love this card. Was super glad to be able to pick it up.
Are we doing the judge rookie? And cheater. And rookie studio.
130 is a website you look at for that.
Is this yours too?
Yep.
And then, do you have any room on sticker?
It just depends on what you pick out. I'll try to do
Right,
like
I'm trying to do the stuff that's not big, so I don't have to take much of a haircut. I see that Schwarber. You got some cool Schwarbers.
thank you. I bought out a super collector. So, yeah.
Trey Turner.
Yeah.
We find my father. He's a big Arizona fan.
Oh, okay.
We went there, so
Yeah.
let me call him. So let's add this to the stack.
Okay.
We can put it separate because I'm sure it's going to be a little different on that.
Yeah.
The other game, though, it didn't do too well for
Let's see.
him price-wise. He went from MVP to like, who is that kid? Who is he? Is he still?
Can we throw that gunner in there too?
This one here is a little tricky.
And
There's so
why
many
not? The
obviously
Goldie
on
is
$2.99,
one.
you know what I mean? But they all look similar.
And do you have any room on that one, or are you pretty full?
I would do like 70 on that one.
Okay. Alright. Let's see what our total is here.
I know what I would take for each card, so if you want, I'll just go through them, and you can tell me yes or no if that works for you.
Alright.
So start with Goldie.
Yep. Like what I was going to do is I was going to add them all up and offer you 80%.
These four is $400.
Just do that if you want to.
Alright, yeah, let me just count up the total.
Yeah,
And what can we do?
I would do 3 on this one.
Let me see what the total is real quick. So we said 75 there. So I'm just going to put the singles separate.
Yeah.
80, 110, 50, 70, 200, 255, 295, 315, and 335, plus 100, so we're 435 here, plus we'll keep that separate for 75 there. For 3, let's do I said 385 here?
Yeah. I'll just add it up too real
That'd
quick.
be $300 there plus the 75 there. So that'd be 375.
This is what I got when I added this up. Was that what you got?
Oh, sure. I missed it. Okay, 455.
Yeah.
With this?
Without that. Before that. Yeah. You want to double check my math?
No, I must have missed it. 110, 150, 80, 210, 240, 265, 305, 700 with the note.
I'd split it at 720. I really wanted to be at 3 here, but if you're taking all those, I could come down to the 280 here.
I mean, I'm assuming this isn't worth too much. Can I take that at $10 to switch it?
Yeah.
710. Or do you want to stay at 720 and I'll take that?
I would be at 720 without that.
Without that?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't
I'd be
do
at
that.
730.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, sure, I would throw that in for $10. After a little bit of buying, I come back to the table, make this larger deal. This is one of the bigger stacks I had of the day. A lot of it was cheap baseball slabs. A few of them I had for quite some time. Some of them were brand new. But to be able to move this type of quantity, I was happy to basically offer him an 80% mark on this stuff based on my sticker. You know, my stickers on some of them were designed to fish for an 80% offer, which would put me right at my target margin for all this stuff. And even if I don't hit it on every single card, I kind of just did the math in my head to kind of quickly move the deal along. But yeah, I'm going to hit it on almost every single card here. And look, I don't need to hit the marks on every single card as I go along. I don't even need to win on every single card. I just need to do it way more often than I don't. And that was the case here. The Gronkowski autograph, I was only into that card around 240. So ideally for me, 300 would have been where I wanted to settle at. But again, it's one of those read the room situations. He was buying all that stuff. It was for his dad. His dad is a big Arizona Wildcats fan. His dad was right there. He liked the card. So in that case, more than happy to knock off that extra 20 bucks because I know it's going to a good home, and that's what I really love to do. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. I should have a short video later in the week with part 3 of the show. So I'll see you then. Take care, stay safe, be kind.